What happens when the most dominant force in wrestling history finally snaps and delivers an ultimatum that could change everything? The tribal chief has spoken, and Seth Rollins just ran out of chances. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now because you're about to witness the moment that rewrites wrestling history. The Crown Jewel Championship has always represented the pinnacle of professional wrestling dominance, a prize that separates the elite from the ordinary competitors filling the roster. Throughout his unprecedented reign, Roman Reigns has carried this championship like a crown atop his empire, defending it against every challenger who dared step into the ring with him. His dominance has been absolute, his presence commanding the entire landscape of professional wrestling. Nobody comes close to the level of performance and power that Roman Reigns brings night after night. The statistics speak for themselves, the record books have been rewritten and legends have bowed before the tribal chief. But there exists one man who refuses to acknowledge the new order, one competitor who continues to believe he belongs in the same conversation as Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins has built his legacy on defying the odds, on refusing to back down from the biggest moments in professional wrestling. His technical abilities in the ring are undeniable, his striking prowess is legendary, and his ability to adapt on the fly has helped him overcome numerous obstacles throughout his career. Seth Rollins has tasted championship gold multiple times, he has main event the grandest stages, and he has defeated some of the greatest competitors in the history of the industry. Yet something changed between these two competitors. The respect that once existed began to fracture under the pressure of constant confrontation. Rollins started making bold statements about being underestimated and overlooked in the context of recent events. He questioned whether the outcomes of previous encounters were truly decided in the ring or if other factors had influenced the results. These accusations began to eat away at Roman Reigns, not because they held merit, but because they represented a challenge to his authority and his legitimacy as the top wrestler in the world. Roman Reigns called for a meeting with Seth Rollins to settle this matter once and for all. The tribal chief entered the ring with that signature walk that commands respect from everyone watching. His presence alone seems to shift the energy in the arena, causing the crowd to react to every movement he makes. Roman Reigns grabbed the microphone and his words dripped with intensity. He informed Seth Rollins that patience has limits and that even champions run out of chances to prove their worthiness in the ring. The words that followed were delivered with such conviction that the entire atmosphere shifted. Roman Reigns laid out exactly what he expects from Seth Rollins moving forward. He made it abundantly clear that excuses are no longer acceptable and that Rollins needs to understand the reality of the situation. The tribal chief explained that he has given multiple opportunities to prove himself, yet Rollins continues to come up short when it matters most. Roman Reigns stated that this is the final warning, that this is the moment where Seth Rollins needs to make a decision about his future in this company. Seth Rollins entered the ring with his own intensity, his own fire burning in his eyes. He refused to accept Roman Reigns' version of events and disputed the characterization of his recent performances. Rollins argued that he has been executing his game plan perfectly and that the outcomes have been predetermined by factors outside of his control. He challenged Roman Reigns to prove that his dominance is real by facing him one more time with everything on the line. Rollins declared that he is ready for any challenge that comes his way and that he will not be intimidated by threats or ultimatums. The tension in the arena became suffocating as these two stood face to face. The crowd sensed that something monumental was about to happen, that this moment would define the trajectory of both competitors moving forward. Roman Reigns listened to every word that Seth Rollins spoke, and his expression showed no emotion, no reaction to the defiance being displayed before him. When Rollins finished speaking, the tribal chief simply nodded and delivered a statement that sent shockwaves through the entire building. Roman Reigns announced that Crown Jewel Championship will be defended against Seth Rollins, and that this will be the absolute final opportunity for Rollins to prove that he deserves to be in this conversation. The tribal chief made it clear that no excuses will be accepted, that no outside interference will be tolerated, and that the winner of this match will be determined solely by who performs better inside the ring. He declared war on Seth Rollins, not out of hatred or anger, but out of a need to finally settle this dispute and move forward. Roman Reigns stated that after this match, Seth Rollins will either step into a new era of his career or fade into obscurity. The announcement of this match sent the entire professional wrestling world into overdrive. Fans began speculating about the outcome, analysts broke down the strengths and weaknesses of both competitors, and social media erupted with endless conversations about what this match could mean for the future of the sport. The hype continued building throughout the days leading up to Crown Jewel, with both competitors making appearances and giving interviews about their preparation and their mindset. Seth Rollins entered his training camp with renewed focus and intensity. He trained harder than he ever had before, pushing his body to the absolute limit and working on every aspect of his wrestling arsenal. Rollins studied footage of his previous encounters with Roman Reigns, looking for patterns and opportunities that he may have missed during past competitions. He felt the weight of this moment, understanding that this could very well be his last chance to capture the Crown Jewel Championship. Roman Reigns approached his preparation with the calm confidence of a champion who has proven himself countless times. He trained methodically, maintaining his championship conditioning while also fine-tuning specific elements of his attack that would be most effective against Rollins' particular style. The tribal chief showed no signs of concern or doubt, instead radiating the assurance of someone who has overcome every obstacle placed in front of him. Crown Jewel arrived, and the arena filled with thousands of passionate fans waiting to witness this clash. The electricity in the air was unlike anything experienced in recent memory. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins stepped into the ring, their war about to become reality. This match would determine the future of both competitors and would leave one of them with answers about their place in professional wrestling. The tribal chief has delivered his warning, the war has been declared, and now only time will tell who emerges victorious from this epic showdown. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the breaking news and biggest moments from the wrestling world.